Hola, queridos. So I welcome to my Periscope. I just wanted to discuss a little bit today about what today is, March 31st. It is quite the for Mexican Americans. So it is the okay, there you go. It is the celebration of Cesar Chavez's birthday, March 31st, and in many places it is the holiday Cesar Chavez Day, but it is also the anniversary of Selena's death. Selena Quintanilla, the Tejano artist from Texas. The infamous Selena. Hola, Marissa. Thanks for joining. I'm so glad that you're here. So you can help share some insight about today. I'd really like to have your thoughts too. So it's kind of, by the way, welcome to my Periscope. My name is Melanie. I have a blog called QueMeansWhat. Hola, Christina. Thank you so much for joining. I want to hear from you too, how you feel about this day. So my name is Melanie. I run a blog called QueMeansWhat. It is about Latino living in Texas and your cultural identity, and I try to share information and resources for today's Latino family. So today is March 31st, and there are two main things that are kind of a big deal for Mexican Americans, Chicanos, Chicanas, and that is Selena Quintanilla's anniversary of her death. It's been 21 years this year since we lost her, and it is also the birthday of Cesar Chavez, the activist. So I think about it every year, and as a blogger, it's I kind of am always debating, like, should I write about Selena or should I write about Cesar Chavez, or both, right? But it's just this deal. I mean, it's a big. I think it's a big deal, and in my social media feeds, I see a lot of people talking about one or the other, but rarely the both of them. And it does tend to be like my friends that are more politically active, or talk more about politics, remember Cesar Chavez, and then those that don't remember Selena. So I watch it and I see, especially Selena's family still sharing, her brother and her sister are very active on social media, and it's always really heartbreaking to see their social media shares, and for them to share with us how, even though it's been 21 years, it still feels like the first day that they lost her, and that's really hard because, we knew her as fans, but that's their family, and so that always just feels weird to me to still be celebrating. It's like, do you celebrate or do you mourn? It's a weird thing. I was in high school when it happened, when Selena died. I was actually just having the chat with my friends that I was hanging out with that day, because we were not in school that day. We couldn't remember we were not in school on purpose or if we were, if everybody else wasn't in school and we weren't the only ones, if you know what I'm saying. Yeah, I'll never forget it, right, Marissa? I was just, so the three of us were talking about, like, hey, do you remember being at the house that we were at? And I do remember it. We were hanging out, the three of us, and we had the Tejano Music radio station on, and mostly because we heard a Selena song, and that's mostly what we liked from Tejano music, because we didn't listen to Tejano music a lot back then. And so we heard the Selena song, and then we heard another Selena song, and then we heard another Selena song, and finally we were like, whoa, why are they playing all these Selena songs? What's going on? And so we actually stopped to listen to the DJ, like what he was actually saying, instead of just talking over, whenever the DJ came on. And that's when we learned that she had passed away. And so I think a lot of people remember where they were or how they heard the news. Someone on Facebook today shared that they were at Harlandale High School here in San Antonio and that they actually announced it at the school. And I thought that was pretty amazing. That's not what it was like when I went to school. Unfortunately, when we went back to school the next Monday, someone actually thought it would be funny to make a joke about losing her, totally out of touch with his classmates, obviously, because we were affected by it. It was a big deal. So that was 21 years ago, and it's her name and her legacy is still a big deal. Last year, the 20th anniversary, they had the first Selena festival, and that was pretty big. And so my friend came in the classroom and told us in the middle of the day, I was 4. Oh my God, Christina. Yeah, I bet she was crying. She was a big deal. I mean, Selena was such a big deal. I think for the women who did like Tejano music, and to see Selena be successful in a male-dominated industry, it was huge. It was huge, and there's still not been another Tejana who has had that kind of success in that industry. So it's still a big deal. So I think that her music, her story, you just connected to her. Like, you felt her, you got it, you understood it. I mean, heck, that's part of one of the very first things that I ever wrote about on the internet, what I called the Selena effect, from the movie, though, the not being Mexican enough, not being American enough, that whole deal. And even though it was her dad who said it, I relate that story to her. I mean, because I'm more connected to her. And so I could go on about how big of a deal it is, but y'all already know that. So there's that piece. So on the 31st, I put on my red lipstick to wear red for Selena. In remembrance of her and her iconic red lipstick and hoop earrings, and hers were probably bigger, but I do wear these every day. And so it's a big deal, and so that was the first, that's something that we think about a lot. The activists for the farm workers and civil rights, and just take a look and have a conversation. You can find me on social media anywhere at QueMeansWhat, QueMeansWhat.com, and I'm always open for those conversations. That's how my blog got started, is this whole cultural identity and just talking about it in hopes that other people will talk about their own stories and to celebrate one another. And yeah, so come find me, let's talk, and let me know what you think about today or about your own Mexican American culture. Thanks for joining, chicas. I'll talk to you later.